everyone, it's Emma, and today I'm going to talk about Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. Shiver is the first book in the Wolves of Mercy Falls trilogy, and then I think there's also a companion novel that's in the same world story. I actually had really low expectations going into this book, considering that Maggie Stiefvater wrote my favorite series ever, Raven Cycle. You would think that I would have really high expectations, but I actually kind of was expecting to not like it, and I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it's not the Raven Cycle. Nothing lives up to the Raven Cycle, but I really liked this one, and I was really surprised by how much I liked it. Maggie's writing style is really just my favorite. The way that she describes things, all of her books have this really specific feeling to them. Not that the feeling is the same, but they all are very atmospheric, I guess. Her books just feel really magical, and I think this one was the exact same way as the Raven Cycle in that. Like, while you're reading it, I feel like her books really consume you into the world, draw you in. I was in New York City when I started this, and I still read like 100 pages a day, even though I was gone all day long, because I was staying up at night and like waking up in the morning to read this. Really like couldn't stop reading it. If I'd been home, I probably would have flown through it. And I love books like that make you feel like you're living in the world while you're reading it. I really enjoy that. Today, I've got some tea because I'm actually kind of sick, but my friend gave me this Haikyuu mug, and it's just the best thing ever. It's got all the characters on it, and I can't even with it. It's so cute. The other reason I was hesitant going into this book is because it is about werewolves, and I have never been into that world. Like, paranormal romance is really not my style. I don't even really like romancy books, but the way that Maggie Stiefvater did werewolves was really cool and really different than what I was expecting. In this world, werewolves live as humans in the summer, but once the weather turns cold, they turn into werewolves, and it's actually like the temperature that makes them turn into werewolves, so they can prevent themselves from turning into a werewolf for the winter by being like really careful and not being outside and wearing lots of layers and things like that. And when they're werewolves, they're actually wolves. They're not human hybrid type things, not like Teen Wolf. So I found it really interesting and really fun to read about werewolves the way that Maggie Stiefvater wrote it. We follow two main characters. One is Sam, and he is a werewolf, and then the other is Grace, and she's kind of the main character. She survived being attacked by the wolves when she was very young, but she never changed like she should have. She never changed into a werewolf, but she always kind of has this feeling like she belongs with the wolves, and Sam was the one to save her when the wolves attacked her. So in the years since, they kind of fell in love, but they've never met while he's been a human in the summer. They kind of fell in love from a distance, and he's a wolf, so it sounds really weird, but it's not in the way that it's written. And everyone in Mercy Falls, which is their town, they all know about the wolves, like they are the Mercy Fall wolves, but no one knows that they're actually werewolves. They just think that they're these strange wolves who live in this one part of town, and they kind of leave them alone. But then this boy who goes to Grace's school apparently dies because he's attacked by the wolves, and that kind of starts Grace discovering more about them and the town discovering more about them. So there's two point of views in this book. We get Grace's point of view and Sam's point of view. The chapters are really short. It reminded me a lot of Salt to the Sea. If you've read Salt to the Sea, you know that it switches between 4 point of views, but each chapter is really short. This was like that, except it was just the 2 point of views, and I really enjoyed it. Like, it was a really wonderful reading experience for me. It didn't feel slow at all. It felt like it was really easy to read. I liked the main characters. Grace is very independent. She's an only child, and her parents don't really pay a lot of attention to her. I always love how Maggie Stiefvater brings in a family aspect to her books. It's one of my favorite things about her other series, The Raven Cycle, and she did the same in this book, exploring how the way that your parents are really influences you as a person. I really enjoy that in YA books. I think it's really great when they add a family aspect in some way. And then the other main character, Sam, not moody, he's not like angry or anything, but broody main character guy. Like, he reads poetry and he's kind of quiet, like a loner type, but he's also just really cute and insecure. Again, I really don't usually like those types of characters, but I like the way that Maggie Stiefvater does it. Even if on paper it sounds cliche, it never is in the way she does it. Even though this book is a lot more romance heavy than I usually like, there's also a friend and family aspect in this book. I actually really shipped the main characters, and I thought they were really cute, and I really wasn't expecting to, because this is not a slow burn. Usually I can't suspend my disbelief. The whole idea like, oh, she fell in love with him while he was a wolf and they'd never actually met. Usually that would not work for me, but for some reason in this book, I actually really liked it. It didn't feel like insta-love to me. It felt like it made sense. These characters, like Maggie does always in her books, she handles trauma really well. Because the wolves are also humans in the summer, their lives can be really difficult, or their childhood was really difficult. So you kind of see them dealing with the effects of that in the present day, and I think she does it really well. She always handles trauma in a very realistic way. The book had this feeling of borrowed time, or like something was coming, which I really enjoyed, this tenseness to it, because the wolves change with the cold. There's all these scenes where Sam gets really close to changing. It really gave a exciting feeling to the book, like something's gonna happen, and I really liked it. It had a little bit of a tragic feeling. I'm not saying the ending was tragic, I'm saying the feeling of the book was a little bit like that, which I always love. The day that I finished the book, I was out really cold outside, and I ran like from Starbucks to the car, and my heart was pounding. I just started laughing hysterically. My brother was with me and he was like, Emma, what are you laughing at? I was like, I just realized that I was sprinting to the car because I'd been reading this book where they turn into werewolves when it gets really cold. It had like impacted my life in real life as if I was living in the book. So if that gives you any idea for how immersive this book was, yeah. So overall, I really loved this book. I wasn't planning to read the other books in the trilogy. I was kind of just planning to read the first one because I wanted to read another Maggie Stiefvater book because I love The Raven Cycle so much. I have to try a different one of her books. Because I loved it so much, I'm definitely going to continue with the series. I don't know when. I'll probably just pick them up whenever I'm in the mood for it. I would love to know your thoughts on Shiver if you've read the book. I would really like to know what everyone thinks because I know that these are older books, so a lot of you probably read them a long time ago, and I'm curious to know what you thought whenever you read them, if you enjoyed it, if you didn't enjoy it. So leave your thoughts down in the comments, but please don't put any spoilers because this video is spoiler free. I'm Miss Emma Reads a Lot on all of my social media, which I will link down in the description box if you want to follow me on Twitter and get updates on what I'm reading and whatnot. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon with a new video. Okay, take a sip of tea. Media, which I will leak? No. I'm so tired right now.